In a way, Mega Man 9 is the harbinger of death for the Mega Man franchise. A completely blatant attempt to recapture the magic of the early days. Running at NES resolution internally and generally just trying to replicate the style of NES Mega Man in all possible ways, Mega Man 9 really wants to be Mega Man 2. And honestly, it kinda succeeds. The emulation of this style is pretty much perfect in my opinion, and when you get to the actual gameplay, it plays like Mega Man 2. There's no slide, there's no charge shot, but the jumping physics are nice like in Mega Man 2. In terms of gadgets, there are Rush Jet and Rush Coil, which work exactly like their most common iterations. However, there are no real secrets to find in the levels. While the game does feature Beat and the Energy Balancer, they are only accessible through the shop. This also has a bunch of other things you might recognize from Mega Man 7 and 8 and so on, and it works pretty much like it does in those games, except you can't actually find any of the things you see here in levels. For all of its faults, Mega Man 7 at least lets you get all of the things you see in the shop in the levels. Using the shop in that game is pretty much not needed at all. While you don't need it either in this game, it is very useful. Because as this game is developed by Inti Creates, it is designed around using every single advantage you can get. There is a whopping 1 energy tanks in the entirety of the Robot Master stages. And at least in my opinion, you kinda want one for your first boss. I am still not a fan of the shop system. I would much rather have lives and energy tanks distributed through the levels in the way the developers deem to be most balanced. But if they're even putting it in their NES-style games, whatever. I guess this is a losing battle. Both the level and boss design very much reminds of Mega Man 4, 5 and 6, meaning they are generally challenging, but not impossible. There is the occasional moment of bullshit, as there always has been, though I guess they're a little more common in this game than in the others. But learning the stages and using every tool you have available is fun. It is fun in a very NES Mega Man kinda way. And that is really this game's biggest strength. It is exactly what it says it would be, and that is kind of a tall order. It is trying to emulate really good games and not just remake one of them, but be another one. And in my opinion, it is just as good as the best of them. So yeah, Mega Man 9, despite Yellow Devil and all, gets an 8 out of 10.